Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? My name is Greenness Ndombela, but professionally, I go by Little Q, the boy in the hood. Now, I'm an independent rapper slash producer slash CEO, entrepreneur. I don't know what you call what I'm doing, but I'm a rapper. I'm 19, live in SA, and I just recently started my clothing brand, TKC, the King's Collective. Link will be in the bio, but that's not the point. Point of this is give y'all my story. Where did this come from? The rapping, producing, the beats, this everything that I'm doing, the podcasts, where it all starts. Well, see where it all goes back, where it all started from. It gets like traced back, like to when I was five. When I was five, I think I was five. I was around about 5 years old. Now, around 2020, I don't know, 2013, no, not 2013, I go, 2011, around 2011. I was here with my grandma in this very house. Me and my granny, me and my granny were praying, and like when we pray, we usually like remix and make our own version of the songs. But that day, me and my granny, we made a song, just like get go from the start. I don't know if it's a real song, but like, thank you, Lord, for blessing me. Thank you, Lord, for blessing. I don't remember the full thing, but this it's a whole song that I made with my granny. And from then, like, I don't know, I just kept on making songs. I never wrote any of them down because, like, one, I was young. Two, I was lazy. And three, I didn't really view music as something that I wanted to pursue as a career, you know. But anyway, kept on making songs as I grew, almost every day. Like the older I get, the more complex the sound became. And my granny, my granny, yo, she'd always be like, you have to write them down because you're gonna forget it. And truth, I always forgot them. I always forgot them. Truth, I always forgot them. So she would like write them down. I'll be like, I'll write it down when I get the chance. I never got the chance. Okay, I never made the chance. I was too lazy, like I said before. But you know, subconsciously, thinking grade five. It was grade five. Grade five, there was this pastor who came to our school, and he was like he was teaching at the school, and like he offered music lessons. So I don't know if it was, I don't know how to say it, but I was just drawn to music. I've always been drawn to music. I've always wanted to play instruments. So I took up piano for 2 years, grade five, grade six. I'll tell you this now. I do not. Yeah. No. She's outside.
When is going?
Okay.
Oh my god, so you when he's outside.
Wait for her to come back. Please go. Outside. Oh, music, piano. Now, secret, I do not remember anything he taught me at all. At all. But I loved it. I enjoyed coming to the lessons. It was nice. But after he left, it was like he went back to Nigeria. I think when he went back to Nigeria, it was like I just stopped piano, started focusing on drums. And when we were praying, this whole thing started from prayer, by the way, because like I'm Christian, baptized, saved. Anyway, as we were praying, like I would uh be like sit at a table, like there could be a table, we praying, we singing. I'll be like, just like on the table, make as it go along on the table, and like my granny, she always just say I must just sing music, I must take it more seriously. And okay, I'm not gonna say like she was the one who like made me get into music, but fast forward to like 2018. Yeah, fast forward to 2018, and I'm chilling on my bed. Okay, not this bed. I was at my other grandmother's place from my father's side. Anyway, I was chilling at her crib, and I don't know, I was just on YouTube listening to Nerd Out, and an ad for Groove Pad. Groove Pad, yo, Groove Pad, Apple Groove Pad came up, and like beats, loops, and all that. I was interested, because like I said, I've always had an interest in music. So anyway, I downloaded the app. I started making beats, played around with it, made a couple of, I'm not gonna say decent, but like can make you bob your head. Wasn't good. Like I was still 2018. How old was I? Yeah, I was still a child, bro. 2018. It's 2025 now, man. So 2018. You do the math. Anyway, made some beats, and December of the year, I was chilling with my uncles in Makaya, and I played them one of the beats. They're like, okay, okay, it's not, but you have potential. And then they asked me, do I rap? I was like, nah, I don't rap. I don't rap. But I must say, the first song I ever written down was that same year for my birthday. I wrote a song called Happy Birthday because it was my mom's birthday, my dad's birthday, then my birthday. So like I just wrote a song. Boy, I was in the birthday spirit. I just wrote a song. I thought it'd be dope. Turns out it's whack. I still have it in like one of these flip files. I don't know which flip file, but I still have the song. Anyway, I thought back to that. At that moment, I thought back to it. I was like, nah, I don't rap. I can't rap. Cause like I said, that shit was shitty. It was shitty, man. So I told them I don't rap. They're like, you should. I was like, okay, 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 okay. I wasn't really interested in rapping, you know, because it required writing songs down. Like I said, I was still too lazy to do that. I was still too lazy to do it. Anyway, fast forward the next year, and my boy, Junior, Junior. Okay, y'all may know him as Inley Scott, but I knew him as Junior. Anyway, he comes back, and okay, not the following year. I don't think it was following year. Okay, I'm not sure when, but he comes back to school, and it was like, "Yo, guys, I'm a rapper now." And back then, he had released "Scotch You the Plug." Now, granted, that song was shitty as fuck. But it was his first song, we bumped it at the time. We actually bumped it at the time. I low key liked it. I low key liked it. Anyway, he was like, "Yo, he's a rapper now. We should go support him." Back then, he used to go as Young Scott. But anyway, that's his story to tell. I'm here to tell my story. Anyway, he dropped that, and it was like he was serious, man. He was serious. Like, okay, I was making beats at the time. I wasn't really interested in rapping. But then he's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he ignited the spark. He just made me like. I heard, okay, first time I heard it, Scotchy the plug. I was like, okay, it's dope, but I can make it something better than this. I know I can. So it was like that drive to out rap him, you know. And eventually, I made my first. I read. I written down my first track, right? The Boy in the Hood. My first official rap song, The Boy in the Hood. Now I wrote it down and I might say, I don't care what anyone else says. That song, dope. Till this day, it's still dope. I just recorded it. It was shitty recording. I didn't have a mic. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have nothing to mix it. That song was recorded with earphones and my cell phone. With this cell phone, to be exact. This cell phone. So anyway, a lot of people say the song was shitty, but the song was actually dope. I just recorded. I might re-record it later in the future, but that was the first track that I wrote, and I got him, Junior, aka NLA Scott, to be on the track. And he was like, "Yo, man, it's dope." So like he laid down his verse, he sent it to me, and back then I was still using BandLab because I didn't have no DAW. I didn't have no money for no DAW, man. Cause I was using BandLab on my phone, first of all. So like I just mixed it on BandLab, but I didn't want that to be my first track. I wanted it to be my second. So I rushed the song High Time. High time is my time to shine. Good enough rhymes to last me a lifetime. I ain't smoking weed, but it's high time. Hey man, I was on top of the world when I wrote that. No lie, I can still workshop the song, you know. It's not a shitty song, it's just the way I approached it back then. Now I'm gonna revisit all my old songs, rewrite them. But anyway, I dropped High Time when I was 16. Now, okay, the difference between me and Junior was he was dropping on SoundCloud. I wanted to drop worldwide because in my head, in my head, The Boy in the Hood featuring NLA Scott was a track that was gonna blow me off. You know, in my mind, that was a track that was gonna blow me up. So I was like, okay, bet, release on all platforms, and like I struggled. I'm not gonna lie, man. Tunko, I struggled to raise the money to pay for that thing, man. But anyway, I eventually did with money I had saved up and money I got for my birthday that year. I released it 7 September. I was 16. Do the math. I was 16. Do the math. Anyway, I released it, and might I say, man, I was happy as a motherfucker. I finally released my first track, and you know, I was happy. And right after that, I released The Boy in the Hood. I think a month later. A month later, yeah. I was in grade 9. I was in grade 9. Wait, why am I saying a month later, bro? Okay, I don't know how I forgot this. I was in grade 9, man. I was in grade 9. Because I released High Time, The Boy in the Hood, and then Paradise. And then released Falling in Love EP. That same year. That year, I made $300 from streams. December, man. December, I was happy. I was happy that December, man, because I got like overall my entire catalog got like 20,000 streams. So I was happy, man. I was happy, top of the world. But okay, a lot of things happened in between. But grade 10, I started to struggle, man. I wanted to do rap and focus on school. Okay, I didn't want to focus on school. I was planning on dropping out grade 9, but my parents were like, you can't drop out grade 9. You have to go to grade 10, 12, 11, 12, finish school, and then you can do whatever you want. So I was like, okay, cool. Grade 10, and yo, the course I chose, man, manzam, the course I chose, hey, I think worked me, dog. Someone I failed. I was like, okay, let me slow down. Let me slow down on this side. Let me try to focus on this, cause I don't like failing. Like it's not in me. Like I always want to win. I always want to win. Like failure is not in me. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna step away from this. Now I don't exactly remember if I dropped anything grade 10, but I did drop last year, grade 11. I dropped the boy, no, not the boy. I dropped my album New Chapter. It had like 18 tracks, I think. Anyway, the entire album did like 300, 400 streams, the whole album. And I didn't view that as a win because I couldn't promote it. I couldn't promote it. I only posted it on my socials once, twice, maybe. I couldn't promote it because, like, grade 11, yo, bro, shots were coming left, right, and center. School here, this there, this there. Anyway, I couldn't focus on music as a whole. So like I eventually stopped, and Tunco now like took all the money and paid and automatically renewed the thing, so I didn't have no money. Anyway, fast forward to this year, 2025, matric. Oh, I'm so happy because I'm done with school, man. I'm not even worried about results on January. I'm just happy that I'm done with school. Anyway, I didn't release anything this year as well. I didn't release anything because like matric, man. Yo, assignments, la. Everything and everything is due up one after the other, one after the other. There's no break. So I was like, okay, I'ma put this music thing aside. I even packed up my mic and I put it back in the box, bro. I packed up my mic and I put it back in the box because I was like, I don't want no distractions, bro. I don't want no distractions, man. I just want to focus on school. But okay, let me backtrack a bit. When I made my plan, the music, the producer side, and everything that I'm doing now, everything that I'm gonna do in the future, I kind of made it like all up in my head back when I was 15. Like when I was 15, I was like, okay, this is the plan. This is what I'm gonna do. I was gonna release. First, I'll start off with music, you know, and then make beats and sell them as well. Try to grow on both fronts as an artist and as a producer, and use that to start it. Okay, I wasn't gonna start a brand. I was originally gonna start a restaurant, but that's a story for another time. Anyway, everything that I'm doing now, if you backtracked it, it all began when I was 15. I had the vision at 15. I've been chasing it since 15. I am 19 right now, man. I've been chasing this since 15. I envision all this, everything that I've been planning is like a lot of people are like, yo, he raps. That's the only thing he raps. Now he's doing this. He's doing this, doing this. Man, I got a bigger picture. I got a bigger picture in mind, man. yo, he doesn't know what he wants with his life. I know what I want, man. And there's so much that I want, and I want to do it all. I am going to do it all. Anyway, okay, I even lost train of thought. What I'm saying. Oh, as okay, yo, what was I talking about? Damn, I even forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I backtrack. Everything that I'm doing now, I started when I was 15, man. That's why I've been working. I'm working towards a goal. Now, I am making a few changes, but ultimately, I'm doing everything I set out to do. Now, me taking a break from music inspired me to write my upcoming album, Renaissance. You know, change, growth. I'm turning 20 next year, so like stepping into adulthood, chasing that fame, gaining the hunger. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I got discouraged. Cause after like the first year, cause there's a lot of things, there's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of things that kept coming up that like were like, yo, you need to stop this music thing. It's not for you. You need to find a stable job and whatnot. And also depression from other things hit, man. Like relationships, betrayals from friends, family, even. Bro, like there's a lot of things. I was in a deep, deep hole. I even went to the hospital. Even went, it even made me see what's this therapist. I only went for one session because like I ain't telling no random stranger how I feel and whatnot. It's not for me. It just feels weird. Anyway, like I was in a deep dark hole. So this album, it's like me reflecting on that, how far I've came, cause I have came far. I'm not gonna lie. Like I say, when I started this, I didn't have a mic. I was recording with my earphones, man. I was recording my earphones. I was recording with my phone. My phone. My phone. This phone. This thing don't even work. Okay, I need to fix it. Need to fix it. It fell. Need to fix it. Anyway, mic, the phone, like bro, I didn't have nothing. I didn't even have decent headsets. Like I said, earphones. I had mic up here, one ear here, phone up here. Man, it was crazy, crazy. Sound loud. I got a mic, laptop, speaker. Yo, man, I have come a long way. I have grown. I have matured in the way I write. There's a lot of things that have changed, and I've gained way more perspective. Perspective, yo, I've gained way more perspective than I had when I was 15. No, when I was 15, I had a vision, but now, it's clear. I now know how I'm gonna get what I want, you know. And as I've aged, I've more and more things, because ultimately, man, I've always wanted to change the world. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to change the world. And what I'm working towards may have started with this music, but ultimately, my goal is to change the world. Now, how will I do that? Y'all see in time. Right now, you can only anticipate the bigger picture. But man, this album that I'm working on is gonna release February 20, no, 20, yeah, it's gonna release 20 February 2026, Renaissance. I will update all along the way, but right now that is the date. Reason being, 20th, I am turning 20 next year. February, I was born on the 2nd. Simply that, man. Simply that. And also, February is right next to January. So, like, beginning of the year, this year is about 2026 and onwards is about like reshaping, rebuilding, revisioning. I'm also gonna shave all my hair off as a part of the album, like fresh start. This album is a reset for me. And I'm not only working on the album, but I'm also currently working on my brand. TKC, the Kings Collective. It was launched on 2nd of December. I think you can guess why it was launched on the 2nd. 2nd of December, 2nd of September. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie, man. In my head, I don't know. Okay, I always knew Goatee wasn't gonna be easy. I didn't know it was gonna be this hard though. Like, bro, it's right now. What day is it today? It's 14th. It's we launched on the 2nd. Now it's the 14th. Like, bro, it's been 12 days. 12 days and no sales. I mean, we're getting a lot of clicks. The posts are getting a lot of views, but no purchases. But I know it's gonna work out. Like, I am not planning on leaving December with zero sales. We're gonna scale this business. We're gonna scale the music. We're gonna scale the producer side of things, and I'm also planning on starting my own record label. Not a record label as like record label, but that's just like a platform for other independent artists. Now, that okay, I am looking at a few artists who I want to sign under me, but not now. Not now. I want to focus on my career first and scale myself before I can help anyone else. It's not being selfish, just need to build myself first. The label though, the label's already set. Everything for the label's already set. I just need to like I said, I need to focus on myself first before I can focus on other people. Build myself up, build my music, the producer side of things, and my brand. Now, a lot of people have misconceptions about me. People, okay, story time. I went to a private school from 2013 to 2021. 2021. And a lot of people have the misconception that I come from a rich family. They were like, yo, when Nestor Nimali, Q has money. He went to a private school. He speaks English. Who cheesy? When you play rights, how yeah, we struggle. Like, bro, we struggle, fam. We struggle. Like going to that private school was my granny's idea, only cause she wanted me to get a better education than my parents. She wanted me to succeed, and she thought a good education from a good school would help. And no lie, Rocks was educationally was a good school. That's all I'm gonna say. Educationally was a good school. But there was challenges like the fees. Okay, back when I started 2013, I was in grade one. The fees were like 2,000, I think. 1,000, 2,000, somewhere between there though. But over time per month, 1,000, 2,000 per month. Now, the fees kept increasing every year. In each grade, let's say grade one, let's say for example, grade one was like 1,500. grade 6 was more that, and each year that specific grade, that money increased by 10% each year. So like, yo, and my granny, man, she tried her hardest. She tried her hardest to keep me in that school. She tried her hardest to keep up with the fees. Now, no, like my childhood, my growing up, my upbringing was, yo, man. Yo, that's another story. That's another story, man. Anyway, I'm talking about what she went through. Like I saw her, man. The number of jobs and places that she's worked for is insane. I literally can't count them all because there's too many to count, too many to remember, and I was way too young to even notice. I was way too young to even notice, man. Cause one day it was this, next was this, next was this, and I only noticed recently, Guti, like, yeah, man, Yara says we were drowning, fam. Like there were nights when we slept with no electricity, cause we couldn't pay rates. Nights we slept hungry, cause okay, she will never admit this, but yeah, man, there was some rough times, man. There's nights we went to bed with like nights where we went to sleep, bread and like chips, not my fries, chips and water in the dark. She will never admit. She will say I'm over exaggerating. I remember vividly. There's more other instances where it was not sharp, man. I Nights we had to go to sleep hungry, and nights where she sacrificed stuff so that I could eat. Nights where she went to bed hungry because like she wanted me to eat because I was like a child. As I saw the struggle, I never noticed it. Now a lot of people have the misconception like, yo, we went to a private school. He speaks English. Is that right? Yeah, like he was rich. He went in Mali. Wada wada. Like, bro, I struggled. We struggled, man. Like, yeah, my father got money. My father, he's not rich. He has money. He has a good job. Not rich. He's a good job. My father, mind you, I live with my grandmother. And back then, as a kid, I didn't have a relationship with my father. I saw him like once, maybe 2, 3 years, maybe. I've gone 3 years without seeing him. And no lie, backstory behind that and how I felt is, bro, the trauma I felt as a kid. Okay, the trauma, the pain, and the hurt I felt as a kid from not having my parents around is something I can talk about another time. Maybe in a song or an album dedicated to my dad. But it's not rough, man. Like my dad didn't pay my school fees till grade 5. He only started paying my school fees grade 5, and there were months where he didn't pay. Like he paid it from grade 5 to grade 7 the first time. I repeated grade 7 twice because he made me repeat grade 7 twice. Cause like I was 5%. By the way, 5% in a school where the pass mark was 80%. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. In any other public school, that would have been a distinction. But in Rocks, she, I'm gonna bleep that out. I'm not gonna edit this video, but I'm gonna make sure that I bleep that out. Anyway, like, yeah, he paid my school fees for like 3 years, maybe. And then my mom had to take over. And my mom, she didn't have like a high paying job like my dad. She didn't. We actually, me and my sister, we actually had to change schools when she lost her job, when she was wrongfully fired from a job. And okay, this is the first promise I'm making. Once I get money, like serious money, I'm going back to where my mom used to work and I am suing her boss, director, whatever that lady is or was to her. I am suing her for wrongful termination because my mom did not deserve to get fired. Anyway, she was pregnant with my little sister. The little sister who walked in earlier, she was pregnant with her. And she lost her job, man. She was wrongfully fired. I mean, she didn't lose her job, she was wrongfully fired. And she couldn't work, she couldn't keep us in. She definitely couldn't keep up with the fees. Like she had to take out a loan to pay the school for the fees. And not just one loan, like multiple, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like being in the school anymore. Not because it wasn't I'm not gonna say it's a good school. Not the education was good. The education was good. But like I could see what the fees were chowing on, man. I didn't like that. That was also another reason what drove me into like wanting the music, the producing for artists, the brand. That's one of the reasons why I'm pushing this so hard. Cause I don't want to see her like that no more. I don't want to see her struggling or worrying about money or this or that. I don't even want it to work, man. I don't even want it to work no more. Granted, she was I actually saw my mom way more than I did my dad. So like I'm closer to her than to him. Care more for her than him. I'm not saying I don't care about my father. Just saying like more love for my mom.
Dada, make me this, please.
Okay. I also want her to go to a good school. I want her and my other sister to go to the school, better school. I want my other sisters that are in Rustenburg to go to a good school, go to a better school, have a better upbringing than I did. Never have to worry about anything the way I did. I want them to have the life that people thought I'm living. Like, it's, yo, man, there's so much that I want to do with my life. So much I want to change. So much, man, so much. Sun's getting dark. I need to buy myself a ring light. No way, man. I need to buy myself a ring light. I need better make from better content. Anyway, the reason I'm pushing all this is like make a better life. And better life not just for me and my family, but like I said, end game of all this is to change the world. Cause in my old school, we had these things, paces. They're like these little cartoons, and those little cartoons talk about Christ and what this, and it made the world seem perfect. Another thing that helped me coming to the school that I'm in now, I was in now, the world isn't perfect. There's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of evil in the world, and I want to change it. But before I change it, I need to get some, you know, there's a lot. There's a lot to say and there's a lot I can say. But for now, that's all I can say. Cause like literally, I can't see myself anymore. It's dark. Still, still terrible lighting. Terrible, terrible lighting. Need to get a ring light. Anyway, this story is not done. There's more to be said, and there's more to be uncovered. So follow me on the socials: Instagram, IG, LyricU, RSA. Follow me. Even if you don't follow me, you still gonna see me on your For You page. Cause we going up. Till the next one. Okay, yeah.